Hello guys, and welcome to weekly outlook here on Pound USD. We've got Euro USD, we've got Gold USDCAD, and DSY. Quickly for this week, we'll have everything mapped out, and basically we can see prices between the regions of 1.3500 and 1.3585 basically. Let's just put it that way. And normally what I would look out for now is for a continuation of price to the upside, because it looks like we're very much bullish. If you look at the daily time frame here, we could basically see how price retested these regions of 1.3350 and it's quite bullying up right now. But at the same time, we're approaching towards a region that has been rejected previously, the regions of 1.3585. basically that's where we're around now right now. So what I'll be looking out for is basically to see price to break up above this region here next week, a retest of that region, so we can continue to the upside, come back to the regions of 1.3650 and then 1.375065 right there. That's what we'll be looking out for the next week. And basically as well, if we might get any bearish sentiment, it might be a break of price below this region, so 1.3500. It's a psychological level as well. It was retested towards the end of last week and continued to the upside, so I would want to see price below it to show some bearish sentiment and maybe to retest 1.3421 or below. But it all depends on what we are looking out for in the long term. If it's the long term, then we might be seeing some price to come all the way to 1.3340 and below. But for now, I think the most is maybe within the week, if price breaks below this, it maybe wants to come retest this region or this region, so 1.3350 and then continue back up. But for now, I think we might just get to see price break above these regions, because if we go back in the 1 hour time frame, we could see price made like a new high after retesting this, and there was a retest of this region, so 1.3531, and basically we should see price start pumping up basically. Similarly, very similarly, with Euro USD, we've seen price come into this region, so 1.1665, or call it 1.1660. It's a retest of that region and they didn't even wait. It had a huge pull up to the upside, closing at 1.17. Basically with this, I would want to also say that we might actually be looking for price bullish move to retest 1.17, break above it, and maybe we'll start seeing a new high of 1.18 this coming week. Well, that being said, if we look into the 1 hour time frame, we might see price rejecting this region, so this might be our key point at market open. If price breaks through this region, 1 hour time frame is still a very good time frame to monitor the resistance level here. So basically I'll come back on the 4 hours time frame, and I want to see price above this region, which is the first sign, retest maybe 1.1776. If there's a pullback to that region, we'll go in there. And then furthermore, we want to see price make a new high, retesting 1.1800. And if we meet this entry here, then we could get another entry with a pullback to this region, so 1.1780. And then at that point, we might then be looking forward to target our take profit regions above 1.18, maybe looking at 1.1850 regions here, maybe psychological level, so to speak. So that's what I'll be looking at for Euro USD, and I would also want to see price below this if we want to look for bearish sentiments. This week up to this region means there's a huge amount of buyers here. So if price breaks below it, we might then be looking for some kind of like a pullback, a retest of that region. It's kind of messy. You can't really tell what price might do around this region. It could just weak into this region and still buy up, but let's see how strong it will close. Below this, a pullback, then we might really kind of like getting for some short-term sells, maybe to retest the regions of 1.1586. This is very unlikely because I see, but you can't tell what can happen in the market, right? So if it does that, we'll look for buy sell signals. Otherwise, we'll see how price really plays out to join the buys or make new highs here in Euro USD. And then gold has been really skyrocketing. If you look at the daily time frame, we've seen it doesn't even want to look back. But if we see from the past, we could actually tell how if price makes a new high, it then pulls back. Makes a new high, I'm anticipating a pullback, which I might go into the counter trend trading if we get a good signal or a good rejection formation right there. So if it makes a new high, it pulls back, makes a new high, pulls back, new high, pulls back, new high, pulls back. I'm anticipating that since we've made a new high and there's currently some rejections here, I want to see a pullback there. So back on the 4 hours time frame, we've seen some kind of rejection, forming a resistance at $36.55 right there. So breaking of price below 36.22, I might want to see price then maybe sell down to at least 35.40, and I don't mind going into that counter trend to back some pips around there, or possibly all the way to 34,500 or $3,500 there, which is a very good psychological level currently in the market. Otherwise, if price decides that we're not yet done making new highs, then we might see price above this region, which I will look for a retest to it. I like good because it makes clean retest with rejections, which means if we get that, we could buy up again for a new high or equal the high that's been made. That way I'm sure we'll have some pips to back there. So this is currently what I'll be looking out for here on gold. All right, and USDCAD, I've currently drew some clean lines here. We've seen some upward trend lines, some good formations here, right here on USDCAD. We've seen some kind of a head and shoulder patterns, here on USDCAD, looking like we might be ready to start dumping some kind of dumping to the downside, at least retesting 1.3730 here. So the idea here is we've seen price come to retest this region, right? Now we've seen price rejecting and making a mini head and shoulder pattern, kind of like here, okay, new head and shoulder pattern. So what I'm looking out for is kind of like a break of this previously held support and a retest of that and a retest of this upward trend line. This would make a good trade with a stop loss, maybe just depends on the entry point, maybe stop loss above this previously held retest here at 1.3865, targeting all the way to 1.3729. That's some like over 100 pips, I believe. Okay, give or take. Yeah, so looking out to break into this region, the retest of this region, and let's pull back all the way to this point and even below, but yeah, because it's 1 week we're anticipating here. So basically break, retest, and let's dump that price all the way to this region. So that's that for USDCAD. And lastly, for DXY, it's kind of confusing this past days using this as my confidence to trade because it's kind of like really messy, but it's kind of like showing all the signals for the sell position here to possibly retest the regions of 96.55, which will give us a strong buy setup for USD and for pound USD and EURUSD. Similarly, if it's selling, definitely USD CAD will be selling because they correlate. And in this case now, I'll just be looking to see price below this, something like this for sales in DXY. For buys, that would only be if price comes back all the way back to these regions of 98. Then I'm sure we might want to maybe pull back again to 98.66, maybe doing some kind of fluctuating or ranging between these regions of 98 and 97.50, so to say. All right, that's that for our outlook this week. Let's hope to back some pips. Let's hope to see price play out, and I'll see you guys for recap during the weekends, and ciao.